Hello everybody, I'm Waddles. Today we're going to talk about the Stonecutter and what I believe it means for Minecraft. There will be some speculation as to future content in this video. Just know that the speculation is not confirmed features. I have no way of knowing this stuff. Do you think that the Stonecutter is a big deal? What do you think about the block in general? Tell me down below. So, let's just jump into things. The Stonecutter is one of the new crafting, with air quotes, blocks coming to the game in the Village and Pillage update. This is a block that has technically been in the game for years, but we're not going to get into that too much. Just know that this block has been in the Bedrock Creative menu without a function for a long time. It looks different though. The new version of the block was originally added in the 18W44A snapshot late last year. Its functionality was added in the 19W04A snapshot. Its functionality is exactly what we care about today. The Stonecutter revolutionizes the way we will craft pretty much every block variant in regards to stone in the game. Need stairs? Get a Stonecutter. Want walls? Stonecutter. Slabs? Again, Stonecutter. But just to be clear, players can still craft these blocks in a crafting table just as they always could. But the Stonecutter, in the case of the stair at least, provides a cheaper option. I think the Stonecutter is a huge sign as to what the future of Minecraft may be. Here's why. So, let's start with the UI. As I'm sure many of you have noticed, there is indeed a scroll bar in this block's UI. But none of the current blocks, even stone, require a scroll bar to see all of the crafting options for said block. What I mean by this is if you throw stone into this Stonecutter, you can see all of the recipes laid out right in front of you, and I think stone is the one that has the most recipes. Why would there be a scroll bar if it is never needed? Now, from a graphic design standpoint, the UI would look so much cleaner without a scroll bar. Without the scroll bar, the UI would be symmetrical and thus much more pleasing to the eye. I believe the scroll bar may hint at expanded block variants that may come down the road at some point. Moving on to the recipes inside of the block. There aren't any. There isn't really much of a recipe going on here for the stair, the slabs, walls, anything in the Stonecutter. Everything costs a single raw block currently. So if you want a granite wall, you throw raw granite in. If you want an andesite stair, you would just throw andesite into the cutter. With a lack of solid recipes within this block, this means that implementing new block variants could be as easy as adding a new square to the menu, aside from the technical limits and details of things, of course. With this recipe-less crafting, there are so many more possibilities. Imagine some kind of carved granite, more variations on carved stone, maybe different slab cuts. The possibilities are way more open. Now, this would bring a problem with the normal crafting bench, but I believe that it would be fair to not add these new recipes into that crafting table. Perhaps in one update's time, or maybe two, players will be way more used to and probably open to the idea of crafting different blocks to get your crafting done. I can predict that I will most likely adapt the Stonecutter way of crafting stairs very quickly. And honestly, I don't believe future block variants would necessarily need a recipe in the crafting table if we do have something like the Stonecutter. So long as things aren't removed from the old style crafting bench, I think we're good. The current things should always be craftable from the crafting bench, but future things don't really need to be. Now, the big elephant in the room, at least for me, is the wood. I've seen quite a bit of comments from you guys asking me about the wood, a few tweets as well. What about the wood? The wooden stairs are so much more expensive now than their stone counterparts, which really doesn't make sense. A week ago, this would have seemed absolutely crazy, but I now believe a woodcutter or a saw of some sort isn't really too far-fetched of an idea. This would simply make sense from a crafting perspective. If some sort of wood saw were added into the game, both of the previous points I've made in this video about the stone would hold true for the wood. This is absolutely huge. Imagine the possibilities. Now, I believe there may even be a hint in the game right in front of our face already, and it's a pretty straightforward one. The scroll bar makes a whole lot more sense for a wood saw in the first place because there are so many wood craftables if we were going to include doors and trapdoors and pressure plates and so on. So, is this over-examining things and fantasizing a bit? Certainly, but that's fun sometimes. What do you think about the Stonecutter? What does it mean for the game? Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. That really helps me out a whole bunch. Check out my Twitter and Discord, and possibly even my Patreon. They're all linked in the description. And if you're planning on setting up a server, use code WADDLES with CubeToast for 25% off your first month. My name is Waddles. Go have a good day. Goodbye, everybody.